Hello Gundam fans, this is Brown92, and today I'll be looking at the 1-144 high-grade Star-Built Strike Gundam Plavsky Wing. So it's the upgraded build strike I've already reviewed, and it's pretty much the build strike. On the actual body, all you have are the sides here, the legs. You actually get the original ones, but yeah, it's just a new piece with the clear pink on it. That's the only difference in the main body. Like when they actually, in the show, when they detach the backpack and were fighting like this is what you saw. So it has the same stickers, the forehead camera, the eyes, back of the head, yellow on the shoulders, a little gray on the shoulder here, red on the front skirts, blue on the arms and on the knees, and I think that's about it. So yeah, it's the same as the original one, minus a little bit of decorative parts on the legs. And being the same articulation, head up and down, forward and back, rotates, arms go forward, rotate, go out, rotate below the shoulder, double jointed elbow, ball jointed wrist, ball jointed stomach and waist, ball jointed front skirts, hinged side skirts which are still limited, legs can do the jiggy jig jig, go forward, a little back, a little out, double jointed knee, got the hinge at the top of the ankle and the ball jointed foot and the ball on the side of the ankle guard. So it's still really articulated. You can still get a lot of good poses with it. So yeah, it's still a very articulate model. So I want to run through the other parts pretty quickly because this is where it's going to start to get interesting. Now first off, the old equipment. You got the beam saber still, which they still don't rotate. Even though it's done it twice in the show now, we still can't rotate it. And 1/100 scale beams, I believe. So that's fine. And we have mostly the original shield. The body itself is the same. You still have the same white stickers. Although the gray piece here and the top part are new. Remember before when I reviewed it, the build strike, I'm like, trying to get this off, and I was like, those are probably for some kind of connection later on. And this right here, it's all white. You had to put 2 red stickers on, and you have the closed and the open part. It's, if you've seen the show, it absorbs any beam attacks that are fired directly at it, not beside it, but directly at it, and it pretty much absorbs it and channels it into the strike. And so there it is, open. Still has the connector which rotates, plugs right into the elbow. A little loose on this one. Just the connection, I guess. And we have the beam rifle, which has been modified quite a bit. This is like the store mode. It looks like it has a sensor there, but I don't think there was a sticker. And you can see the bottom part is pretty much the same as the original, but it's got this modified parts on it. So it's on a hinge up here and a hinge at the bottom, so you can basically bring it down, and that's what it looks like when it's going to fire the powered shot. Or you can have it, now if it's weird, you have to actually disconnect it to actually do this one, where you have to flip it around and have it like this. So the groove goes into this part of the back. And then you're kind of supposed to make it look like it's connected still. And it looks like that. I don't like that because you're actually having to unpeg it from the joint here. And I'm worried something's going to break eventually. So I just like to keep it pegged in. Oops. Preferably the right way. And either have it like that, which kind of gives it like a stock, or down like that. Now when it's like this, we have the build strike hold it, and just like in the show, it has a beam charge shot. So you basically take this, it's on a double hinge, and then one right here, and just peg it into the side, right like that. And so now the strike can do the charge shot, which takes for freaking ever to fire. You could probably microwave a dinner in the time it takes this thing to kill you. So yeah, so we got that. Oops. And probably the most important part for the Star Build Strike, the Universal Booster, I believe it's called. And it's got quite a few stickers. You got the copper on the cockpit, yellow for the vents, the dark gray on the side. Oops, actually I guess that's about it. So not really. Oh yeah, the red on the fins. And then all the clear pink all over it. Now this is the way it shows it in the box, and it looks kind of meh until you do that. Much better, which is actually how it was kind of shown in the one episode when I fought the Finiche, when it was kind of, they had separated it and they used it as a decoy. It only had one cannon, but it was like that. It looks much more like a cool fighter, like that. And you can use this as a connector for an action base if you want. Actually, let's do that right now, because this is the action base it comes with. You just plug it in, and there you go. You can have it beside the Build Strike. And to connect it to the Build Strike, it's pretty simple. You have to take these parts here on the bottom, and they're on a double hinge. You can flip them out. And the nose cone is a little tricky, not that much. You pull it out to unpeg it from the peg that's actually going to go into the strike. And then you kind of pull it back, and then you kind of have to work it. It's on a hinge in the main body too, so you can fold it back and then flip the peg around. And then you can put these back down. And so it's basically ready, and it also has the other connector, so I'm assuming real grade if you want. I can definitely see them making a real grade Build Strike. It wouldn't be that hard. So flip it around, peg it into the back, and they say to take off the head. I'm not gonna, just rotate it. And then just fold this, which is on a hinge too, for the vents. And there is the, oopsie, Star Build Strike. Now this is one of my problems right here. You see, the way these cannons hook up, I've never seen this, I don't think. You'd think it'd be a ball joint. It's not. It's got a little peg right there, which actually goes into that hole on the arm, and it's supposed to fit right into that one spot. And if you want to have it forward, you have to unplug it and then peg it like that, but now it's not as secure. So what I do is just leave it pegged into that one spot it's secure, and then just use the swivel to kind of bring it to the side. And you can do the same thing here. And they also extend. Now, this is another problem I have with the backpack. These barrels are supposed to be gray. They have gray plates, like an extra gray plate for the actual booster. Well, why weren't these on it? I don't get it. They're supposed to be molded in gray. If you paint, it's okay, but that's still really weird that they'd have it in white when it's clearly gray in the pictures and the show. It's very weird. So aside from that, you also have quite a few effect parts to put on the strike. You got these nice wings, the Plavsky wings, which have a ball joint at the center, one here which will connect to the actual strike, and then you've got a set of little wings, and then a set of medium wings. And they can basically go pretty much anywhere you want on the strike. You just have to remove the little clear pink pieces, and thankfully you can store them on the base, which is really nice. It definitely helps. And so I'll peg the wings into here, and just keeping everything in place. Keep that on the base, and then put the other one into here. And they show you can actually put them into the other ones into like anywhere, really. It'll fit. If you want to put them on the, I think if you want to go on the cannons, or the legs you have to use an adapter, which it does have these little teeny ones right here, which I think are meant for the cannon just because they're kind of sunk in, so it actually kind of poke it out a little bit. I assume that's why. But I'm going to put them, the one on the chest. These ones are a little hard to fit on the stand because they're really tiny. But I'm pretty sure it's these ones here, which kind of angle outward, so they look a little better. And actually, while I think of it, before I put that one on, they also give you this. Kind of looks like a little top of a cape, which is supposed to cover around the back of the neck, which kind of supports it too. It keeps the actual arm part, the arm parts that like go over the chest for the vents from moving. Like once that's there, it's harder to raise these up, so it's a good idea. Anyways, peg these on. Come on, get in there. There's always one that gives me a problem. Alright, so those are in, and oh god. Alright, I'm just gonna worry about that after. And then the little ones, I think I'll peg them into the legs. Because why not? Oopsie. And not break them. There we go. Kind of look like a Icarus sort of thing. There we go. I just gotta get that cannon back. It's even starting to like kind of stress out that little peg. So I'm definitely worried about that. I might just glue them in place eventually. But that is the Star Build Strike with the Plavsky wings attached. And actually that looks pretty freaking good. I remember seeing a couple promo shots with them pink, but I think I'd like them better in blue. And you got some articulation here. You can have them up and down. But because they are the crappy polycap ball joints, they don't always stay on. And if you want, you can have one on the back if you want, for whatever reason. But it does look pretty cool. So, there are a few problems here and there with the actual backpack itself, I feel. And the fact that it is the main distinguishing feature between the Build Strike and the Star Build Strike. But I like the cannon, aside from that one weird looking mode where you have to actually part swap it and possibly break something. The shield, well, it's alright. I would have liked less stickers and I don't know, just it's kind of weird looking. But I really like these effect parts. And the actual overall look of it with everything on is pretty good. So the accessories for me at least are a little hit and miss. So before I'm done, I might as well just show him on the stand, since it comes with it, right? So you can get a good look at the Build Strike. If you want to pose it, obviously better than that. And because this is the Star Build Strike, kinda have to do it with the original Build Strike. So, there we go. Exact same basic model, but because of the extra pack and the extra effects and everything, they do look a little different. I really wish I had changed at least the shoulders to distinguish it a little bit more. But it's alright. Although we do have the booster separately. So but the thing is, it doesn't come with these wing pieces. But this one doesn't come with that Plavsky gate, the little, yellow effect part. That actually, when it actually starts I think it's the speed mode, it actually shows it. You don't get that here, so it's kind of weird. But I do like the way it looks. But it does have a few problems that I'm not too keen on. I don't think it's a really good upgrade to the original. They could have like changed a few more parts, because if you remember the show, it got decimated in that fight with the Zako Amazing. So I feel it could have at least had a new head or shoulders. I just think they could have done a little bit more to give us something that looks more like an upgrade, but it's alright. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.